How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys having a great, exceptional evening. It's been a minute since I've just done a late night rant, so figure why not, since I'm switching it up with the channel and how I do things, and probably spend more time on Instagram this week than I usually do because I won't be writing as much content. But hey, glad to be alive, glad to be here. Do the great three things: like, share, and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. Okay, so we're in August now. Got a couple months left in the year. September, October, November, December. 4 months left. 2023 is here. So if there was anything in 2022 that you wanted to accomplish, I say now is the best time than ever, on some realness. But I will say with all sincerity that we are in the season. Now, for some people, they're winning. Some people, they're losing. But most people are stagnant in the season right now because they're scared. And they're scared. And hey, everybody has a reason to have some sort of fear, to be worried, etc. and so forth. I'm not knocking it. But we're in the season of a lot of people are stagnated because the economy's stagnant. A lot of people are not selling their homes. Home signs, used to, all of the country, especially all the metropolitan areas, once a home went on the market, it could be gone within a matter of hours, certain instances, minutes and whatnot. Now I'm starting to see, obviously, with the housing market, because, if you follow my other channel, Patterson No Properties, I like to buy rental properties and wholesale real estate on the side. But I notice home for sale signs are staying up a lot longer than they were compared to last year. Obviously with the pandemic in 2020, it was a lot of people could not sell houses, and that's when the virtual tours started to happen by the summertime in most states, where people they were able to buy a house sight unseen, and the virtual tours was basically just the real estate agent walking through the house and people buying houses just by seeing the videos. That was the gist of it back then. And then obviously in 2021, the bidding wars happened because so many people were trying to buy a house, especially the first-time home buyers. And because there was a lot more money, because of the stimulus packages being put out into the economy, you had more and more people just buying houses unseen, sight unseen, no inspections, and for way overpriced. All right. Now we're in a season where, a lot of people are losing their jobs. They're losing hours. The interest rates are insane to buy a house. Obviously maintaining a house is always a responsibility. And a lot of people want to downsize, especially when people get up in age, they become empty nesters. It just makes sense. Why would you need an overpriced house? One thing I'm happy about today's world, the whole status culture thing is kind of being evaporated. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't need to fake floss on you in regards to the kind of house I live in, the kind of car I drive. All that high school mentality, I like to call, is becoming more and more relevant, and I'm very happy about that. All right. So I'm happy that is becoming way more irrelevant. The whole I got to show off. Some people, yeah, they want to wear the name brand stuff and they want to try to floss on you as much as possible. That's cool. But everybody knows having a closet filled with crap that you're barely going to use, especially in a digital age, having stuff under your bed or closets filled with stuff you're not going to use, that's just collecting dust, is basically considered a waste of time. Everybody knows, well, not everybody, but most people, it's clicking in their mind that having more money in your bank account and inside any sort of asset classes, whether it's real estate, a business, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, individual retirement accounts, 401k, self-directed IRAs, life insurance packages. People are realizing, it's clicking in their mind that having all this extra crap doesn't mean anything. Decisions have to be made regardless if you're an employee or a business owner. Decisions have to be made from an investment survival, investment / business standpoint. People get that now. It's clicking in their minds. So I find that to be a very, very good thing. Sometimes it's good for the economy, sometimes it's not, but I find it to be very good all at the same time. So that's the season we're in right now. We're in call to action season. We're in the season where, being basic and thinking basic is not for the weak. It's not for everybody anymore. There's only the segment of America where people can have the luxury of just saying, yeah, I'm going to go to college, have a job, and raise a family. That's becoming less and less nowadays. No, not because of any political nonsense. It's all about dollars and cents. I don't do politics. I do dollars and cents here. So, but that's what it is. And this is bound to happen regardless of sitting in the White House, governor's house, and the mayor's house, because one, the government can't pump money into the economy forever. Two, if demand goes down in any economy, it's all about demand, right? Supply and demand. If demand goes down for the products of a business, for any business and whatnot, then that business eventually is like, okay, well, our profits are going down, so therefore we're going to have to cut the fat, and just usually cutting employees. That's just what it is, supply and demand. We have the supply, we have the demand, but if we have the supply and there's no demand, and there's no reason for us to have as many employees and whatnot. So we might have to let some people go, because we were in a time, one of the biggest reasons why the labor shortage happened in the U.S., people know, was because, one, a lot of people had a luxury of being on unemployment. I was not one of those people. And people got to really get a taste of freedom by working from home, or just being at home and not having to worry about showing up to a job. People got a taste of freedom. And that's why there was such big push last year for people to go back to work, because a lot of employers were opening up. Last year was the year of most states opening up. That's what, especially by the summer of 2021, most states were opening up. They were like, look, we can't afford to be closed anymore. We have people whose businesses have shut down and are going to continue to shut down if we don't allow them to open up. We have to take the risk. Vaccine, no vaccine, we got to take the risk. It is what it is. So that's the world that we're living in. In 2022, you still have the labor shortage, but you still have another class of people that are like, look, I don't want to work a regular job. I love having freedom. I love the opportunity to be able to spend more time with my family. I love the opportunity to be able to live where I want to live. I love the freedom to be able to own, as the By the Hood University says, having the opportunity to own your time and space. That is one book I would recommend you getting from By the Hood University. Own your time and space. That is the main thing, because that's the new rich in today's world. It's not flossing. It's not bragging. The new rich is being able to own your time and space, meaning being able to do work that matters, to be able to give back. Like, I have a friend of mine who loves his job and whatnot, and I wish I had that passion when it comes to a job. My passion is making content. My passion is engaging with people from an economic standpoint. My passion is being able to help people uplift themselves from an economic standpoint. That's regardless if it's helping people get better jobs for themselves and for the family, helping people's businesses by purchasing a product from their business or promoting their business, talking about investments and economics and whatnot, so that people, especially youth, can start off way further ahead as far as economic mindset compared to most young people. Excuse me. This weekend I got to attend virtual InvestFest, and one of the biggest takeaways I was able to take away from InvestFest was how a lot of school districts in America will not even allow an EYL university to go inside their, enter their doors and whatnot, because they don't want, the school curriculum, regardless of sitting in these political positions. So let's knock that out the way. They want people to be good, obedient workers, but they do not want people to be trained to be good, obedient, and disciplined investors and business owners. And that's why the EYL universities, the By the Hood University, the Black Business School, and various others, your Grant Cardone School, to your Meet Kevin, all these other online programs and whatnot are becoming bigger and bigger every day because everybody knows how the system really works. In the age of information, people especially during the pandemic, the smart ones had the opportunity to see, hey, this is how the economy really works. Let me utilize this time to learn something of value, whether it's learning an extra skill and really learning how the economy operates and whatnot. So that is not only one of the coolest things that transpired during the pandemic, but people got to actually think about things that matter. So many things pop up in the world where I like to call it's just a great old big distraction. If it really doesn't apply to my everyday lifestyle, I don't worry too much about it. I cannot put it in, if it doesn't affect me and mine, I really don't try to worry about it too much. Like learning about the history, learning about certain things. I love to learn and whatnot, but I don't want to be in an atmosphere of gossip. And I don't. One thing I heard today while listening to a podcast, they stated, and I quote, people that are about stuff are not always talking about other people. And a lot of times people just want to constantly talk about everybody, like they're a bunch of kids and whatnot. The gossip. I like to call it the gossip colony and whatnot. And it just doesn't stop. And it's literally it's like a bunch of school kids gossiping about who did what, who's going where, and blah 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 blah. Stuff that just doesn't matter. And I don't care what job you're at. People do that all the time. They talk about things that are irrelevant, not even job-related stuff. For hours they will talk about subject matters that have nothing to do with uplifting who you are and where you're trying to go, and who you're trying to really be. Watching Irv Gotti and Ja Rule on Drink Champs today, and the fact that Irv Gotti was like, I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm trying to, he's like, I'm really just coming into my own. And this guy, has millions of dollars, has access to billions of dollars, who has a circle of owners, nothing but owners. Talking, he's like, he was sitting down having a drink with the owner of a football team. I think it's the Milwaukee Buckeyes, Ohio Buckeyes. I'm not a sports guy, so don't get me to lying or whatnot, but the fact that he has access to those kind of people. And he says the fact that, not only having access to those kind of people, but being able, having access to people that believe in you and whatnot. Like that was really just deep and down and just, that's how it's supposed to be. You want to have access to people that can help uplift you, and so you can help uplift them as well all at the same time. It's not just about people doing something for you, but how can you be of service to others? And by him just having a conversation with his billionaire friend, he wasn't asking him for anything. The guy's like, well, what do you really want out of this life? And he's like, well, I want to do X, Y, Z. He's like, well, do you have the plan? He's like, yeah, this is the proof of concept, blah, 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 in regards to what kind of new shows and movies and documentaries he wants to create. And the guy's like, okay, well, let me get you the access to capital. I'm going to call a friend of mine that works at this specific network. And, and he or she may be able to assist you in this project and whatnot. And that's the season we are all in right now. That's really the examples I wanted to utilize, and that's really the message I wanted to end this rant off. We are in 2022. We are in the season of collaboration over competition. We are in the season of networking. We are in the season of stop wasting time. We're in the season of discipline. I mean, I'm just going to keep using a variety of words, but that's the season we're in. We're in multiple seasons right now. We're not in one season. Go to sleep earlier. Get up earlier. Be around people who are about their business. Be around people who are exchanging ideas, implementing ideas, and not just talking about what other people are doing. Not just talking about celebrities and whatnot and what they're doing. Not just talking about athletes and what they're doing. Not just talking about their family and what they're doing, but talking about things that matter. Not only just things that matter, but proof of concepts, plans, and execution dates. That's the kind of people I want to be around, and that's what I'm employing for you and advocating for you to surround yourself with. It's easy to hang out with people that just want to gossip. It's easy to hang out with people that just want to complain. Man, my gosh. I got a magnet attached to my forehead, and now the shirt says "Make money moves" or "Live broke like a fool," but I got a magnet attached to my head of the complaining train, or the "I don't want to do anything" train. I don't want to work hard train. Something about me that attracts people like that. I don't know why. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know what I'm talking about. But to be in a winning season, you got to be focused. You know, you got to be about your business. I've even noticed when I'm on social media now, a lot of people that I know that are doing their business are not posting like that. They're not on there like that, you know. And that's the one thing, like social media is one of the biggest distractions on the freaking planet. And that's why I only really want to be on there to say, good morning all, have a great day. Hashtag make money moves. You know, maybe support some other people's business and listen to some content and promote my business. But that's about it when it comes to social media for me in today's world, because you know, it's just, especially with the pandemic, I think I can honestly say I'm tired of social media because it becomes the same old after a while. And you know, no one can grow in mediocrity. No one can grow with just being basic and having a basic mindset, you know. So that's just keeping it real and that, you know. But that's really it, you know. It's like we're in a multitude of seasons right now. I think that's what I'm going to name this rant. We are in a multitude of seasons in 2022, regardless if you live in Wyoming, Mississippi, Washington, D.C., New York, California, Dallas. You know, we are in a multitude of seasons, you know, where you can't, it's kind of like Washington State. I got nothing against Washington State, so if you're from there, don't take this, you know, don't get offended. I've been to Washington State twice, once in the wintertime, other in the summertime. If you have never been to the Pacific Northwest, I implore you to go in the summertime unless you're just a person that likes cold weather. Because in the summertime, it's very beautiful. But in the wintertime, it was more colder in Seattle than it was in Washington, D.C. in November. I'll never forget 2017. I was freezing my butt off in Seattle. I was like, Lord have mercy. It was cold, damp, and wet. Okay, overcast, rain. I think I saw some snow flurries, the whole nine. But anyways, so it felt like I saw every season in one day in Washington State. The sun came out, it rained, it snowed, it sleeted, then the sun came out. So I saw all these different seasons within one day, one time. I was out there for almost a week. But that's what season we're in right now. You're going to get a multitude of different temperatures. Things coming down out of the sky at you. You know, people coming at you in a crazy way. Whether they're trying to help you, use you, waste your time, distract you. I think distraction is like, you know, if you watch my content, I have a word of the day. Distraction is the biggest, it should be the word every freaking day, because that's, especially when people want to talk about majority of the things that are happening in the media and whatnot. Like the Brittany Griner thing, like I've said, I've given my piece about it. I don't wish anything bad on Brittany Griner. I didn't know who she was until this thing happened, because I'm not a sports person. But they're going to knock this thing down my throat and everyone else's throats until they just can't stop talking about it. That's your business. Whatever your perspective is on Brittany Griner, I respect it, and I'm going to move on with my life. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But we're in a season of stagnation, winners, losers, go-getters, time wasters. That's the season we're in right now. There's no other way to put it. So hopefully, let me know what season do you feel like you're in right now. But we're in a multitude of seasons in today's world in 2022. Only a couple of months left, and because next thing you know, I mean, you see kids have gone back to school now. Next thing you know, it's going to be Thanksgiving. Then it's going to be Christmas and New Year's. It's right around the corner. Summer is basically almost over. But that's why everybody's getting their last bit of vacations in right now. So that's the season we're in. That's the season we're in. A multitude of seasons, and anything could happen. You know, it's like the old Wyclef song, Wyclef Jean. Anything could happen, you know, and that's the season we're in right now. You know, anything can happen. 2023 is not looking too good for a lot of people. So, that's why I said it depends on what season you're in right now, because 2023 might be even a worse season for you. You, me, everybody. You just never know. But I mean, obviously the well-to-do is going to be fine. But that's just something to think about. So do the great 3 free things, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great night. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live real like a fool. Take care.